adjust your antennas, and say hello to your host, Jason Bradbury.
Hi folks, good evening, good evening. How about that? Not sure what happened there. Actually, yeah, Force Ghost Jeremy, I think we had a stream crash situation. Most definitely. Yeah, I've been wanting to do that for absolutely ages. Open the show with Max Headroom, and what with copyright and my inability to afford a makeup artist. Well, you probably know how I did it. I threw some AI at the problem, and that is the result. What do you think? Anyway, welcome. If you're new, or if you're not new to Wave the Exploding Show, it's Sunday, it's 9 p.m, and it's time to get Nouveau Retro. Some great news, some great views, the best chat on the interweb, and of course, in roughly half an hour, that brilliant quiz. Let's drop some tunes. Hope that's as loud for you as it is for me. Max Headroom, min bandwidth, says Prof. Giles, like that. Middle-aged gamer guy. So looking forward to your event. We must pick it up later. Try and sell some tickets. First opportunity to see some string out basic edit conforms from the movie. Not tonight, but at the event. I'm going to do some focus group stuff. I'm sure I'll share it with you too afterwards. So this is my favourite tune from the UK Garage playlist of this show. Happy Sunday, James Cooper. Great to see you, buddy. Oh my God, I've got to get that footage to you, mate. I will. Okay, have we got Ken in the house? We've got Prof. Giles, Supersonic Jim, Skewy Cat. Janet's there. Lucy I saw earlier. Rob H. Let's scoot across to the Instamer world, where we've got Joe Bowen, Scoobler, Alan Monty, Rivali, Ian. Yeah, like that. Mandagorn. Oh, Mandagorn Ren on Instagram. Interesting. Normally you join us on another platform. Dave House PC. Paul Kemp's there. Paul Rogers was there. Not sure if he's still there. Loving the prone life is back with us. Great to see you again. Thanks, James Cooper. What a week. But you know, it'll all be worth it. Happy Sunday, says Bruce. So does John UK. Evening all. Love this tune. I'm going to turn my headphones up. Got a great news lineup for you this evening. Ren Mandagorn. Oh yeah. On Twitch. Good to see you, Ren. Been playing a lot with the DJing in the last few evenings, trying to get my skill set up on the DDJs, the digital DJ deck, the Pioneer system that so many clubs and DJ outfits use in readiness for my live appearance in front of a scarily large amount of people on the seafront for Street Sounds Radio. The name, oh my God, the name's escaped me. What's the event? Let me have a look. I'll get the details for you. Margate Soul Weekender, 1st to the 3rd of August 2025. So I've been trying to get the DJ skills up to scratch, and it starts here with you and tunes of quality like this from my Epidemic Sounds playlist. One day I'll get round to putting it together and getting it up on there for you. If you'd like to give the SoundCloud reference to some of the mixes from previous shows, you can do that in chat. And of course, the Discord. Yeah. One more time, just before the intro to this here show finishes. If you're new, welcome to Way of the Exploding Show, where the music is up-tempo and everything else is retro. Some great stuff coming. Thank you, Prof. Giles, for that reference on Twitch, I'm guessing. MargateSoulFestival.co.uk. Book a ticket for that. It's going to be some great acts appearing. Maze, the new lineup, post the tragic passing of Frankie Beverly, the SOS band, Loose Ends. Some really great live acts, and the full lineup of the Street Sounds radio DJ team. Hello and welcome to your Sunday evening. So much fun to be had. And big shout out to everyone in chat. We're going to get some tunes in the background there. And we're going to jump straight away to the news this evening. Some really interesting news. We're going to start with this trailer from Naked Gun, which has been remade and is coming out extremely soon. I'll try and go large full screen with it. There we go. Hoping you can hear that okay.
That was awesome.
Turn it up a bit.
Who are you?
Drebin. Detective Frank Drebin. Thanks.
Police
I like
squad
that.
has always been the elite of the elite.
Hi, Daddy. It's me, Frank Jr. Love you.
Hey, Dad. Boy, do I miss you.
And you, Frank, are the best of the best.
Need a bathroom.
I need this room immediately.
There's a line, man.
Police business.
I love the camera. I love the fisheye lens. Seth MacFarlane. Okay, he produced it.
Someone murdered my brother.
Please, take a chair.
Thank you.
Classic Naked Gun humour.
This is what I do. Says you served 20 years for man's laughter.
You mean manslaughter?
Must have been quite the joke.
They're going to shut down police squad if you do not solve this case. Do this by the book.
Show a little respect.
Why? Who's going to arrest me? Other cops?
Yes.
Is she serious?
Is he serious?
No.
Seems Mr. Drebin might be more of a problem than we thought. I want you to keep an eye on him.
This is funny. This is funny.
This oven is
That is funny.
Rest assured, I won't stop until I've found justice.
What do you want, little one?
Your ass. Nobody messes with police squad.
Okay, so there we go. Naked Gun.
Your car with the most advanced crime-fighting tech.
Drive forward 30 feet. Pretty smooth. This place is falling apart.
Okay, so interesting response from those of you in chat. I agree with you.
Come to terms with the fact that you don't.
Oh, hang on. It is a little... What's going on here?
You guys having fun at the convention?
I have no idea what's going on. There's sound. Oh, I know why. Wait. I know what's going on. Okay, cool. Forgive me. I didn't turn off the sound feed from YouTube. Yeah, what I was going to say is I agree with you. It's a bit hit and miss. It's just funny how now I'm in the mood for the show, and having had such a big opening to the show and loads of positivity, I'm kind of judging it with a kind of better mindset, and it made me laugh a bit more. I agree. I wasn't sure with the casting of Liam Neeson as well. But yeah, second viewing of that trailer, that was it. I've only seen it once before. I'm preparing it for tonight's show. I think it looks all right. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? I think, let's be honest, when was the original first released? Because I think that's quite important in terms of what we found funny then. Naked Gun original release. 1988. Oh, it's a bit later than I thought. So, okay, so I was 11 in 1980, so I would have been, 19. Nah, it's funny, I thought I was going to be like 14 or something. Yeah, no, I'd have been 19, and I did find it funny, you know. Surely you can't be serious, you know. Yeah, interesting though. Point being, I think it's really interesting, if only because it's an 80s IP that's being remade. We love that, and ultimately that is the stuff of this show, isn't it? That's what we do. The original Naked Gun films reused a load of jokes from the earlier films, and Police Squad, which also ended up using, just bear with me, hang on a second, how do I do that? A load of the same jokes. Okay, that's Bruce 93, right, cool. Interesting, yeah, so I guess we'll find out. I mean, I'll tell you what it is as well. Ultimately, those films were quite fresh, weren't they? They were quite postmodern in terms of the way that they kind of did a kind of knowing comedy. And at the time, that in itself was fresh. That is definitely not the case now. I mean, even some of those kind of slapstick sequences, like the electric car driving away, pulling all of those charges down and then releasing guys from obviously a prison because it made a hole in the wall. That sort of multi-stage physical gag is very much de rigueur, isn't it, in comedies of the last sort of 20 years. So it doesn't hit hard in that sense, in a sense of novelty. But, you know, quite a brave casting, Liam Neeson. Spaceballs 2 is also in the news. Yeah, I was going to feature that, John, but obviously Spaceballs is an IP, unless I'm mistaken. I was going to say it's an IP of the 70s, but of course it probably isn't, is it? When was Spaceballs made? Let's have a quick look. Spaceballs original release was 87. Good God. 87, yeah, interestingly. I was never a fan of Spaceballs, if I'm honest. I'm not actually a great Mel Brooks fan, frankly. It doesn't blow me away. I mean, I've been to see the musical of oh God, To Be or Not to Be. Oh my God, I'm not on the ball today. Just bear with me. Help me out here. What's the movie with the Nazi Party musical in it? Anyway, I've seen the movie. I even went to see the stage production of it. And I think I've told you before on the stream, I've also met Mel Brooks. I was the researcher tasked with meeting Mel Brooks at Television Centre when I was working on Live and Kicking for Children's BBC. And I chaperoned him and looked after him. I also looked after the Hofmeister. How about that? And I was in a lift saying goodbye to him, and he gave me his business card and said, if you're ever in LA, give me and my production company a call. So there you go. Some cool stories from my showbiz days. But yeah, not a big fan of Mel Brooks in terms of the stuff he makes. Big fan of his son, though, and the zombie books. World War Z. You knew that, didn't you? That it was the same family. Anyway, what am I doing? Going on and on. Let me look and chat. For some reason, my head-up display chat stuff isn't working. There we go. The Zucker Abrams crew had a philosophy that if you didn't get a joke, another would be right behind it. Okay, cool. Mel Brooks, the man who produced David Lynch's Elephant Man film. I did not know that. That's absolutely extraordinary. And, of course, as John UK Japan told me, I knew that my chat wouldn't let me down. I was, of course, talking about The Producers, which is an extraordinary film. Great stuff. Thank you very, very much. Love that. Interesting next piece of kind of movie-ish news is this. Bear with me. Here we go. Okay, yeah. News that Duke Nukem is being considered for an animation. So let me just find the news story on this. So, yes, Adi Shankar, the producer behind Netflix's Castlevania and Devil May Cry animated series, has revealed that he owns the animated rights to Duke Nukem and seems keen to do something pretty unique with the character. Speaking to Esquire, Shankar, who also has credits such as The Guardians of Justice and Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix on his CV, was asked what he was gonna do next. I got video games in production. Obviously, more Devil May Cry. I'm being approached with different IPs and companies that want to work with me. I bought the rights to Duke Nukem. Not the gaming rights, but I bought it from Gearbox. How interesting. Interesting. He said that Duke Nukem itself is a middle finger to everybody. When Duke Nukem blew up, a bunch of people sat around trying to turn it into a brand when it's just a middle finger. I know what he means, actually. I think that's why we love it. Duke Nukem can't be made by a corporation because the moment a corporation makes it, it's no longer Duke Nukem. I don't intend on having anyone tell me what to do on this one. So that doesn't sound Doesn't sound to me like a definite green light on an animated version of Duke Nukem, but I think it would be brilliant. It could introduce Duke Nukem to an entirely new audience. And Duke Nukem is very narrative, and also the character is incredibly rich verbally. Isn't it that we love about Duke Nukem? You know, it's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum. And other fine phrases that we all remember from that fantastic gaming franchise. Bear with me. Different track. There we go. Okay, so what do we think to that? What do we have to say about Duke Nukem potentially being an animated series? Do we like it? Love it, says Rob H. Oh, apparently Janet said that she keeps losing sound. Does that mean that anyone else is losing sound? I'm hoping that we've got a good technical strong stream bombing across to Instagram just to check that everyone's tuned in. The feds are there. J. Paul Lewis is there. M. Byrne, Claudia Eve, M.J. Coop 83, who is one of my regulars on Instagram. All good for sound. It's all good. Yeah, cool. Okay, good. And we now have a third. I'm being generous with you tonight. You're being treated. I have to just sniff 1 second. I'll turn the music up. 2 seconds. Mild hay fever tonight. A third news story, and it is this, and it comes from you guys. So thank you so much. Big shout out to the Discord. You've probably done it already. But if you'd like to put the Discord into as many of our platforms as you can, that would be great. I should just say, if you've just joined, welcome to Way of the Exploding Show. This goes out every Sunday night at 9 p.m. with the best chat on the internet web. And it's simulcast currently this evening. Simultaneously broadcasting on YouTube, X, Twitch, Instagram and Facebook. There you go. Thank you, iQuail. Where's that gone? Into Twitch, yeah. Could be funny if done right, says iQuail, but I think it could very easily be mishandled. Are we talking, iQuail, about Duke Nukem or the previously mentioned Naked Gun? And also, Dr. Oculus VR wasn't the references that made Duke. I hope he's not referencing modern stuff. Can't have him quoting Jake Paul. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, there were lots of timely sort of what would now be considered retro or vintage contemporary cultural references. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would be that difficult to reference things, you know, that we understand to be the case, like woke and things like that. Would be quite funny, wouldn't it? Sadly, only Twitch allows links. Right, fair enough. Okay, so yeah, this came from Discord, and it is news that Netflix are opening what they call a house. Okay, so let's just read up on this. Now, I haven't done much more research on this than literally at the last minute think, oh, I'd like to include this from my Discord posse. That's posse. Because I like to share your great ideas. And I want you to feel that on Discord as well that I'm listening. And so I think this is absolutely bang on for tonight's stream, but I actually haven't done my research, so bear with me. I'm just going to read straight from Netflix's own website. The Netflix houses will open, apparently, the first Netflix houses in Philadelphia and Dallas in late 2025, with a third one coming to Vegas on the in 2027. You've invited us into your home for almost 2 decades. Okay, this is coming from Netflix. And later this year, we'll be able to return the favor by welcoming you to ours. You can see why I couldn't read that, because it's not exactly a tense that I was expecting. Netflix House will unveil its first 2 locations in Philadelphia. No, we don't want that one. That. At King of Prussia Mall, and in Dallas, Galleria Dallas in late 2025. So they're not going for some kind of Disneyland theme park. They're looking for a kind of themed, quick kind of takeaway experience, I'm guessing, with a bit of food and a bit of merchandise. Let's have a look. Spanning more than 100,000 square feet, or maybe they're a bit bigger than I thought then. Netflix House is a permanent year-round home for fans that brings some of our most popular shows and movies to life, including Wednesday, Squid Game, One Piece, which my daughter loves, and I don't really understand, Stranger Things, and a Knives Out mystery franchise. Wow, Knives Out mystery. That's got Steve, what's his face in it? Through first of their kind immersive story-driven experiences, and in 2027, Netflix House will expand with a third location on the Las Vegas Strip. Imagine sweating it out in an exhilarating round of red light, green light straight out of Squid Game. Not a bad idea. When you look at the IPs they have, hello to a first-time chatter, you realise actually they have got some kind of mini theme park-esque intellectual properties, haven't they? Obviously, Squid Game is perfect, and so is Stranger Things. Apparently, the sound issue is the mic. The volume dips when you're not in front of it or very close to it. Okay, that's fine. Dave DJ Johnson, hello sir. Dave from the Timeless team here, just dropping in to tell you that Mag is a smell human. Hope you are great. I don't know what I just read. I don't think it was rude. I don't understand that. So maybe you could explain it to me. Okay, a place where Netflix stories can be experienced. This is fandom coming to life, where you can actually step inside the worlds you've been watching and loving for years, whether going on an epic adventure with the Straw Hats, taking a journey into Hawkins, I like that, Indiana, or grabbing a cocktail inspired by your latest obsession. With fresh experiences dropping regularly, there's always a new reason to come back. Well, they do say, don't they, that we're back in the age of the theme park, that we're back in the age of the experience, that because of the way that retail has gone, basically online, what the high street needs to do is offer experiences, and this is a really good example of it. So what do you think? Is it the sort of thing, is that the sort of thing that you would go to? I think it might be. Okay, so there you go. That's the news this week. Thank you so much for giving me your attention this evening. Loads of great stories. Naked Gun coming with Liam Neeson. A Duke Nukem, potentially Duke Nukem animation. A Netflix House. Okay, maybe they'll announce one in London. Yeah, Dave DJ Johnson said that they would go. Okay, cool. What time are we on? Yeah, I reckon we've just about made time for our quiz. I'm just going to reflect on YouTube. Say hello to YouTube, to Joel Storer, to Rich T, to Trances5, Velcro Gloves. I'm guessing that's some form of brand. And DJ Paul Lewis. Hello to all of you for popping in. So many more have been in. I'm hoping that you're still there. If you've popped in, hello. Thank you for sharing the love. Were you enticed by what was the question that I said tonight? Something, was it about Max Headroom, wasn't it? Yeah. What did we think, by the way? I haven't discussed it. What did we think to the avatar that I started with? This one.
Hey there, world. Hey there, world. How do you?
That one. What did you think to that? I spent quite a long time creating that in AI, getting AI to furnace the script, using a mixture of Ableton and various audio tools for the audio, getting AI to create the audio. The idea was, what can I create with AI that I can't create using prosthetics and special effects, which is how they did the original Max Headroom. If what I want to do is open the show with a kind of Max Headroom style character. It froze on Twitch, so we didn't see it. Are you serious? It froze. JM, you off? No problems. I totally understand. It froze. Did it really? Did anyone else in chat on X or Janet in YouTube? Did you see the Max Headroom that I started tonight's show with? Hi, Prof. Giles. Prof. Giles saying they're fascinated by Netflix House. I'm now thinking if any other TV streaming brands could do this. They're definitely making a move, aren't they? In that sort of Disney model, isn't it? The stream crashed at the beginning of the stream, so I missed it. Did it really? Okay, let's play it again. I'd like to play it because I spent quite a lot of time sorting it out. So let's see if it works. Here we go.
Hey there, world. How you doing? Wait. I can hear some of you thinking, do I know this guy? Well, newsflash. If you've ever licked a 9-volt battery for fun, rewound a cassette with a pencil, or used a calculator watch to cheat in a maths exam, then yes, you do. I'm a glitch in the mainframe.
Welcome
to the one, the only way of the exploding show.
How do you like those bananas?
So grab your joystick, adjust your antennas, and say hello to your host, Jason Bradbury.
There you go, team. There you go. That was what I did the opening of the show with. I can't believe it crashed. I just realised we never talked about it. You know what? It took me like an hour of work to do that, which actually, let's be honest, in reality, isn't an awful lot of time, is it, to do something? Yeah. So the stream stopped. Wow. So when did you come on board? Because I was chatting to you, so you must have come in just as I took over from my Max Headroom avatar. Yeah, it was interesting. I was trying to avoid kind of obvious Max Headroom IP issues so that I didn't get sued, and make a kind of Max Headroom style video. I did it in an hour. I didn't spend lots of time on it. That's why the lip sync isn't particularly good. But the lip sync of the original wasn't particularly good. Yeah, I did use a prompt where I asked to make it plasticky. In fact, he looks a bit like Scratchy and Co, doesn't he? Oh, God rest Mark's. God rest his soul. Mark Spate. Anyway, it crashed right as it started, did it? What was it? Just sort of stuck there, was it? Oh God, that's not quite the intro I was hoping for. How weird. Maybe it's because it's a kind of high-res video or something. No idea. Anyway, enough said. Time for the quiz. Tonight's quiz, it's quite easy. The way that it works is I ask you a question, mixing the music not particularly well there, and I give you 4 answers, one of which is correct, and then you answer using the full answer, not A, B, C, or D, or 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're absolutely convinced that you know, don't embellish because other people need a chance to answer. Really, the broadcast ended, did it? God, that's so weird. That's so weird. So strange. I wonder if what was it like on YouTube's Lucy and Janet and Rob? Twitch didn't tell us you were restarted. Well, that's really weird, isn't it? Really strange. I had no notification whatsoever of that. It's really strange. I wondered why no one had mentioned it, and then I kind of forgot because I was having such a good time. God, it literally edited it for ages, and you never even saw it. Anyway, so it's time for the quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck tonight. Here we go with the best retro quiz on the interweb. Question number 1. Here we go. What is the ultimate objective of school days? Win the school sports day, steal your report, survive a week without detention, become a head boy. Lots of you diving in with your answers. I'm just going to just check something out. Okay, cool. I think we're going to get some high scores this week. That doesn't reference any answers that you've just given, which may or may not be right or wrong. But as I was putting it together, I was thinking this is going to be a high score week. Skewy, I'm so confused. How can you be out of sync? I don't understand what that means. Right, question number 2. Okay, what is the name of the main character you control in Back to School? Zach, Dave, Chalky, or Eric? And you need to know what Back to School is, and I'm not going to tell you because that's going to ruin the difficulty of the question. Do you want me to re-show you the questions? I will do, Skewy. Question number 1. What is the ultimate objective of school days? Win the school sports day, steal your report, survive a week without detention, or become head boy? Okay. And then question number 2, which we've just done. What's the name of the main character you control in Back to School? Is it Zach, Dave, Chalky, or Eric? Hopefully that will get you back on board. Right, question number 3. Somebody's after me. He left his footprints by the garden tree. Does that sound like a lyric from the Thompson Twins tune We Are Detective? I always felt that should have been We Are Detectives. Anyway, Adam and Meance, Prince Charming, Olivia Newton-John's Physical, or Nick Kershaw's The Riddle? Interesting watching all of the answers come in. If you're new, welcome to Way of the Exploding Show, where I thought that we'd started the show with a kind of modern rendering of Max Headroom, but it seems that he actually, for real, glitched out. The glitchiest virtual avatar, pseudo AI that we've ever had on British television, really glitched.
Hey there.
Like that.
Hey there, world. How you?
Yeah. Okay, so question number 4 coming up. Here we go. Which 1980s film features a character named Johnny Five who gains sentience after being struck by lightning? Does that sound like the storyline from War Games, Short Circuit, Electric Dreams, or Batteries Not Included? Mixture of sort of 80s and UK garage early 90s tunes this evening. Hope you're enjoying it. Question number 4. Now we move to question number 5, which has an album or a sort of single or 12 release cover, 12-inch release cover, and this is the question that goes with it. Name the band and the song from this sleeve art. Is it Being Boiled by the Human League? Is it How Soon Is Now from The Smiths? Does that look like the cover to Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds? Or possibly a Gary Newman release called Our Friends Electric? And if you're new, you don't Google, you don't chat GPT, you just use the old grey matter. That's how this quiz, the Way of the Exploding quiz, works. Wow, it does look like... so, are we all okay? Because Skewy seems to be having some technical issues. And here was me thinking it was all going swimmingly. Because normally, if something goes out of sync or, you know, there's a buffering issue or something kind of pauses, I normally get some form of notification. Do you know what I mean? And then normally I have to restart. But it seems that whatever happened at the beginning kind of reset itself and that you all carried on thinking that it was actually intentional. I'll watch back tomorrow morning. I'll have a quick look and I'll see what it looked like. Such a shame, though, because that video was meant to be a bit of a treat. Okay, question number 5 is done. Question number 6. Which TV theme tune begins with the lyrics, I could be so good for you? Does that sound like the lyrics from the start of Bread, Minder, Only Fools and Horses, or Bergerac? Hi, Stephen George Williams, TPB Tech UK, good to see you. Steve, oh, yeah, I've said that. Andrew Whitcomb, Tina Burthford, Psychic Janet, yo! Over on Instagram. Thank you for saying hello on Instagram. When is Gadget Show coming back with you and Susie? It's back in the form of the Gadget Show podcast, and we just released an episode this week. Check out X, Jason Bradbury, or the same account name for Instagram. You will see a little, what would you call it, like a reel, like a mini promo of a quick episode we recorded this Tuesday, all about Apple. I think we talked about them fumbling the ball with AI. I think we did. But we also talked about the new Xbox Portable, and we talked about the Switch 2 and some other cool stuff. So, yeah, you should check that out for Lil 4 if that's up your street. Lou the Freeman therapist, how you doing? Oh, no. Okay, look, I've got a friend called Freeman, and his Instagram is Freemando. That's why I read Lou the Freedom Therapist in that way. I apologise. Nice to have you with us. That's all right. My pleasure for Lil 4. Back to main chat. So Skewy on the ball now, back in sync-ish. Question number 7. In the original Elite, the game by David Braben, which I played on the BBC Micro at school, what dangerous faction would sometimes attack players disguised as traders? So it was the attackers that were described as disguised as traders. Were they called the Mycor, the Zircons, the Thargoids, or the Freebooters? I was testing my creative juices there when I made this question, making up stuff that wasn't correct. Only one of those is correct. Hi, Sari Cairo. Sari Cairo. Over on Instagram. Well done, Rob. Well done, Phil Mole. iQuail. Duncan. Middle-aged Gamer Guy UK. Middle-aged Gamer Guy UK. Now might be the time to mention the name of your event, the date, and where people can go to get tickets. There's great stuff going on at this year's event. I'm just going to fill, like us TV presenters do, while you populate all the details that I've just asked for in chat. It's going to be a great event this year, and there's a sort of pseudo mini VIP opportunity that you have, which is going to include me, but I'm sure it includes other people, dude, as well. Let me know. But I'm going to be doing a super exclusive viewing of some test material from the movie. What movie? Control AI Delete. You can still go along there, .net, if you want to go along. Click on the Kickstarter link there, and you can get yourself a copy of it in advance of us actually finishing it. So what I'm talking about is Timeless Gaming Convention, which I was at and launched said movie, the Kickstarter for Control AI Delete last year. This year, though, it's not in Manchester or Bury. It's in Liverpool Cairns Brewery. Cairns Brewery on the 13th of August, and the tickets are timelessgaming.co.uk. So just timelessgaming.co.uk for your tickets for the event, which means a ton of classic retro gaming. But the night before, all right, so on the 12th at 7 p.m. until 11 p.m, you're going to be able to join me, and I'm guessing lots of other people, because I won't be able to entertain everyone for 4 hours. You will get to have the VIP treatment. So there are only 30 VIP tickets left. Give us a little bit of detail, Middle-aged Gamer Guy UK, as to what the VIP treatment you are referring to actually means. I've told everyone that it includes a sort of 1 hour or a bit longer than that, probably a bit longer than that actually, hour and a half at least, with me looking at some footage, asking you to give me feedback. So it's like customer feedback, which would be really interesting, sort of experiments to take part in, of rough footage from the new movie. Hi Sarah, how you doing? Yo yo yo, good to see you. I hope that's okay. Yeah, I've just read that, no problem, I'll do that. iQuell, Liverpool is better anyways. And this comes from a completely unbiased source. I'm guessing that's irony. So what have we got? Have you got some more info? Yeah. So, yeah. You get to attend the night before. Okay. So, you get to play games and stuff like that. Yeah, retro games the night before. You also get a goodie bag plus a T-shirt and early entry on the main day, as well as a VIP lanyard and plenty of other stuff. And a kind of very intimate, closed presentation from me, which will include the first ever public showing of some of the footage from the movie. Obviously, I'm very mindful of the fact that as chat who gave birth to the movie, and for some of my Kickstarters, I'll sort something out so that my community, you and my Kickstarters, also get access to something similar. But this is very normal for movies to show audiences different cuts, different ideas, and get their feedback. It's a very important process in terms of how we, and where we take the final edit. You're also going to get food and drink. So once again, if you want to come along, and you really should. Last year's event was brilliant. What a wonderfully warm community. What a great host in You Middle-Aged Gamer Guy UK. Big shout out to timelessgaming.co.uk. VIP event on the 12th, main event on the 13th up there in Liverpool, Cairns Brewery. Okay. Where were we? I think we're on question number 7, weren't we? So that means that question number 8 is next. You see, I'm good at maths. All done in the best possible taste. I'm trying to not say that in a way that you would recognise, but I'm guessing you'll recognise it anyway. Does that sound like it comes from Spitting Image, a TV show in the UK? Kenny Everett, Lenny Henry, or Whose Line Is It Anyway? Which of those iconic TV shows from back in the day does All Done in the Best Possible Taste belong to? iQuell saying they've got their VIP for Timeless Gaming anyway, which is absolutely epic. Well done. So you've answered that one. Question number 8. Moving on. That's time is running out for us this evening. If Sega's, in Sega's Outrun, what is the name of the background music track that plays by default if no selection is made? Is it called Magical Moments? Is it called Passing Breeze? Is it called Ride the Wave or Sundown Ride? Not that easy. Now listen, I was playing this track this afternoon while I was researching the questions, writing the questions. My wife was in the kitchen. This happened. I didn't know. This is a new thing. I was over in another room. I was playing the tune that I won't name. My wife said, "Oh, is that Outrun?" And not patronising my wife, but she's not like us. She's not into retro gaming like we are. And she's also more of a 90s kid than she's an 80s kid, right? And I said, "Yeah, that's impressive. How'd you know that?" She said, "Oh, my dad used to have one in the bowl." So my wife's dad used to own a bowling alley. And I'd forgotten that they had classic arcade machines back in the day. So my wife had an Outrun machine. Oh my God. I said, "What else did you have?" She goes, "Oh, track and field." And she started reeling off all these cabinets. I was like, I wish they still had them. Anyway, there we go. Well done for answering that. And final question. Now, you won't be able to read this, it's too small, but I'll read it to you because I had to fit it in. Which game release led to a Senate hearing and the establishing of the US Entertainment Software Rating Board because of controversy? It was controversy around the content of the game. Are we talking about GTA 2, Mortal Kombat, Night Trap or Splatterhouse 3? 10th and final question in tonight's Way of the Exploding Quiz. Well done to all of you for taking part. It's been brilliant. It's been great. I'm kind of peed off that I use the resource, the electricity and water resources of a small town to run an AI and create a Max Headroom video, which I thought you'd all love, only to realise an hour later that it wasn't blooming on. But anyway, we can maybe come back to it another time. And now we can, but it's been a great show apart from that. And now we're going to go back to question number 1. The way that this works is you sound off if you got it right or wrong. So if you got the answer to this question right, what is the ultimate objective of school days? And I think many of you didn't. And I was going to say to you, don't follow the pack. Do not follow the pack. You're going to get caught out. So many of you followed the pack. And I know you did because so many of you got it wrong. The answer is not Survivor Week. The answer is Steal Your Report. So there you go. That's the right answer. If you got that right, put 1 out of 1 in. 1/1 into chat. If you got it wrong, 0/1. What a shame. What a shame. Survivor Week without detention. Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed, but when I posed this question, I let you answer, and I kind of quietly went off and I did a bit of googly schmoogling because there were so many of you that went for Survive a Week that I thought, oh God, have I got this wrong? Because you know I'm very fallible in that regard. But no, absolutely solid gold. You have to steal your report, and you have to steal it actually from the staff room. Guilty as charged, says Prof. Proud sheep status. you say, right. Question number 1. Well done. So 0 out of 1 for most of you, except Bruce. Shocked at how many were going for a week without detention. And Skewy got it right too. So you might have been behind with the questioning with the stream, Skewy, but you did blooming well there. Well done. Yeah, you had to find the combination for the safe, apparently. Which was Bruce's memory. All Duncan Sample remembers is running without getting caught. Okay, so that's question number 1. Well done. Right, question number 2. What is the name of the main character you control in Back to School? Now, Back to School obviously is School Days 2, isn't it? But it's the same character. It's Eric. I was just trying to be a bit cheeky with that. I think many of you got that right. I saw Zach come up. Thank you, Prof. Charles. Phil Mole gets 1 out of 2. So obviously getting number 2 right, Phil. Duncan getting 0 out of 2. 2 for Bruce. Well done. Relays Gamer Guy on 0, as is Ren. Yeah, I've got to tell you, Middle-aged Gamer Guy, it's not going to be a big score for you this week because I was watching you. I sort of keep a tally, you see, as we go along. Prof. Charles, 0 out of 2. 1 for Rob, well done. Psychic Janet, 1, well done too. 0 out of 2 for Iquel. Good, I'm glad you enjoy it, sir. Right. Question number 3. Somebody's after me. He left his footprints by the garden tree. We are detectives. Oh, no, we are detective. Yeah. Singular. Weird. But that's the answer. It's the Thompson twins. Skewy grew up on the specky, therefore knows the answer. Well done. Iqual, 1 out of 3. Bruce, 3 out of 3. Looking like Bruce is on it tonight. 1 for everyone else. 2 for Phil Mole. Well done, Phil. We should be getting some 2s out of 3s, I think, because several of you got that right. Last night when I got home, I got the feeling I was not alone. Yeah, it's good. It's an unusual track, isn't it? But there we go. Okay, question number 3. There we go. Question number 4. Which 1980s film features a character named Johnny Five who gains sentience after being struck by lightning? It is, of course, Short Circuit. Not a big fan of that particular film myself. 3 out of 3 for Skewy. Well done. I think you're a little bit delayed there. on the old stream. 2 out of 4 for Prof Charles, middle-aged gamer guy. Ren, 4 for, wow, 100% for Bruce. Well done. 3 out of 4 for Phil Mole, hotly in pursuit. Duncan gets 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4 for Janet. Headphones hurting a little bit tonight. On the old lug holes. Okay. Moving on. Right. There we go. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you the answer. There's the question. Name the band from this sleeve art. And here is the answer. It is, of course, the Human League with a tune called Being Boiled. Really interesting artwork, that. It's got that kind of Sheffield industrial vibe, that sort of northern edge that gave the band that sort of craft work like industrial urban feel. Ren gets 3 out of 5. So does Phil Mole and Prof Charles and iQuail. I don't think there's anything to understand as such, Prof. I think it's just, you know, it's just that sort of, what would you call it, kind of, I don't know what you say. What would you call it? I'll come back to that. 2 out of 5 for middle-aged gamer guy. 3 out. I was going to say proletariat art is what I was going to say. A kind of socialist aesthetic, functional kind of. It's like a joke about the aspirational nature of sort of catalogues, and maybe the kind of inhumanity of architecture. It's almost clip art. Oh, I could say that. Scrapbook montage, just Prof Charles. Nice, like very much. We'll get rid of it. Anyway, question number 6. Which TV theme tune begins with the lyrics, I could be so good for you? I knew that we'd get high scores, because of course, how could you not know? It's Minder. Scrapbook montage. That's good, Prof Charles. I do like that. Four out of six for Prof Charles and Phil Mole. Ren, Duncan 2. Who thought of the old Minder video game? Not me, Bruce, but that's an interesting one. 4 out of 6 for iQuail, 3 for Rob. Well done. In the original Elite, 1984, the faction that would disguise themselves as traders but attack you was, of course, the Thargoids. And I know so many of you knew that. Middle-aged gamer guy, you know that. Janet gets 4 out of 6. Well done, so does iQuail. 6 for Skewy, just coming in a little bit late with that delay, but wow, 6 out of 6. Skewy, you are absolutely on fire tonight. We're now on to the 7s. Duncan gets 5. Phil Mole gets 4 out of 7, as does Middle-aged gamer guy UK. Psychic gets 5, and 4 for iQuail. Well done, Janet. And 5 for Prof Charles. 7 out of 7 thought this one might have been sneaky, but didn't remember any of the others in Elite. That's because they don't exist. Hello from Woodall Spa. Back at you on the X platform for Lady Elizabeth, DVB's girl Brown. Great to see you. Love Woodall. I'm going up to Woodall Spa this weekend, actually. Lovely to have someone from the town I grew up in the stream. Amazing. Another Spectrum classic, says Skewy with their 7 out of 7. Good grief, how impressive. Right, question number 8. All done in the best possible taste. Was, of course, the phrase of Kenny Everett. Well done. Like I said, I knew there'd be some high scores. I knew it. Let's just have a quick look on Instagram. Not giving you much love, have I? Kesn McDowell. Howarth Ian, Marwayne Zephyr, Benjamin, Psychic Janet, still there on Insta as well. Ocean Swim, OTION_swim, that's clever branding. Fabric, and Jake, I can't pronounce it. L. Armstrong or something like that. Nice to have you with us. Thank you, Instagram. Couldn't get you up and running last week, Instagram, so it's nice to see so many of you there. Jeffrey has just joined. Hello, you superstar. How the heck are you? Lovely to have you on board. I hope you're well, sir. Hope your amazing school is still flourishing and all those incredible students have done well in their GCSEs, etc. this year. And all the other brilliant qualifications that you do. Long overdue, a chat, you and I, my friend. Love to catch up, see what you're up to. Anyway, Skewy is on 8 out of 8. Phil Mole on 5. Bruce 93 on 8 out of 8. It's a race to the top. How impressive is that? Right, let's have a look. Question number 9. All right, yeah, in Sega's Outrun, the name of the default tune is, of course, Passing Breeze. I'm expecting our two frontrunners, Skewy and Bruce, to know that because it's well known. 30 years ago since Kenny Everett died. That's incredible. I left school at 20 this summer. Sorry, hang on. I missed that. Let me just go over. I left school 20 years ago this summer. Wow, Sarah, that's amazing. 6 out of 9 for middle-aged gamer guy. Very impressive. Phil Mole, Ren as well. 7 for Duncan. Janet gets 5 from YouTube and Instagram. Bruce, 9 out of 9. Only one that was in the original Outrun. Yeah. Rob gets 4 out of 9. Let's make sure that we're not ignoring Instagram. Good. Jeffrey, I'm glad that you are still there and that you saw my message. Great to see you. Good to see you. Because of what I've got, Jeffrey, I've got Instagram plugged in, but the main platforms for this show are were Twitch by a long way, then X and YouTube. Okay, so question number 10. Which game release led to a Senate House hearing and ultimately something called the Entertainment Software Rating Board, where, you know, after that point, games were given an age rating? It wasn't GTA 2, which was incredibly controversial, as indeed was Mortal Kombat and Splatterhouse, possibly less so. It was the least offending of that lineup, Night Trap, that led to the Entertainment Software Rating Board. That's incredible. And how do I know that? Because Bex, aka Trista Bites, who I used to do this great show with, big love to you if you're watching, or if you know Bex, or if you speak to her, give her a big shout out. She told me that and I couldn't believe it. I've got Night Trap, big fun, that game. Really harmless, I think, really, but there we go. So that's question number 10, which means that we are ready to sound off for the final time. What have we got? What are we looking at? Bruce, did you get this one right? Skewy, did you get it right? 5 out of 10 for Psychic Janet. 8 out of 10 for Duncan. 7 out of 10 for Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. Ren gets 7 out of 10. So does Phil Mole, Prof Giles, and I Quail. 9 for Skewy. 9 for Skewy. Which means that at the end of a fantastically testing half an hour of retro quizzing, we have a winner by the name of Bruce93. Sound it off. W's in chat. W in chat. W in chat. W, well done to Bruce. Epic stuff. Great work. Absolutely superb. Just going to bring that back up there. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thanks, as always. Top quizzing, says Bruce. GG, says Skewy. Skewy just lost it at the last minute. I Quail. Big well done. Fixed, says Sarah. I'll look at Discord, Sarah. Big shout out to everyone that joined tonight. And sorry that the glitch in the Matrix didn't quite work. The glitch I'm talking about is this one.
Hey there, world. How you doing?
Yeah, but maybe it'll work next time. That's it from me. Have a great week. Make sure you check out the Discord, with the link to which has been in chat earlier. You can always message me on X or Instagram and I'll send you the Discord link after I've worked out how to copy it. I can never find the goddamn thing every time I go into Discord. But the Discord is great. I've got several news stories from it this week, or at least one of the main ones. But I get lots of inspiration from it every week. We chat about loads of cool stuff. See you, Rob H. See you later. Thank you, Bruce. Well done. Have a great week, and I'll see you same place, same time next week. Do you know what? I might not. I'll let you know in the Discord. and on X, because we may be doing something next Sunday that might take me away from this here show, which I hate. Oh, thanks for the bits, Sarah. Night, everyone. I'll let you know about that, but it doesn't matter. I'll be back the week after that because I absolutely love it and I love you. That's it. Have a great Sunday night, what's left of it.